All right, guys, we're starting in 2 minutes. Share this around. We got Sam from the X-Prop from Glownode and running Proprietch joining us today, a tech provider in the prop firm industry. Tune in 2 minutes. Check. All right, perfect. Guys, okay, cool. I think Sam might be chomping up here a little bit here. Let me pull this.
You can hear me, yeah. Check.
Yeah. Just the video quality is a little bit choppy for me right now for Sam. Guys, welcome to, I guess, the first time we're going to be doing a guest speaker each week now going forward. Now that we're in July, we're switching things up. We were doing topics before, but I think the topic now is Sam. Next week, we're going to be doing some different topics, different guests every single week. And so when you guys got questions for the guys we have joining us, feel free to chime in, ask questions. Emma's not here today, so you're going to have to forgive me because I'm a slow reader. Hopefully James can help me out here a little bit too.
Yeah.
Best questions, $50,000 Maven account picked at the end of the stream here. I guess introduction for Sam now. Sam is the ex-owner. I guess you were an owner of a prop firm that you're no longer running Glownode, but you are managing the tech on a lot of different prop firms, smaller scale prop firms. Is that correct?
Yeah, mostly smaller scale, but we work with a lot of the top 10 firms as well, actually. So
yeah,
I won't mention every name, but
yeah, totally. And I've personally known Sam for quite a number of years now, and we've been getting along super well. So some people saying they're mentioning different firms. They're trying to guess which firms right now. Yeah, guys, cool. I'm not sure if we're allowed to say which firms he's helping manage here. But that being said,
Forex funds.
my Forex funds. Yeah, guys. So again, casual sort of stream. Market is currently collapsing. So I want to jump into the market here before we get too much going on here. This looks crazy. James, are you in a short by chance?
No, but that thing is falling off for sure. The Nasdaq's taking a little bit of a dive here.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this level currently. I'm hoping this level holds right here, but it's selling off so strong that these are actually previous weekly levels that I'm trying to buy up currently. So guys, as the stream goes along, I'm going to be losing my marbles here if it does go down even further, because I am actually buying up currently in the long here right now. I think I might actually add another one here. So guys, let's place a long here together, and I think this might actually be, what do you think, James? Is this a silly long right here?
We're at the a level that I've also got, so that is actually not bad.
Let's place a long there. I got a long on the second side of my screen here, and I think we're gonna have to place, and we're gonna keep an eye on this throughout the stream, because I think some people actually want to see some live trades here as well. Where'd that thing go? Okay, let's throw the longs here, and hopefully we can see, you know, maybe the thing doesn't go too low, but we'll shoot for some retracement back into the where it actually started to fall off. We have some levels down here as well, but that's super deep. We definitely don't want to go that low. Tell me your thoughts on the current market, James. This is you know, there's a lot going on. Sam and I were just actually at the IFX Expo earlier. I think was it last week, 2 weeks ago, and we got out of there right as kind of things were hitting the fan. A lot of you know, a lot of war talks going down. And what's interesting is I would have thought oil would have been doing a lot better, but oil's been absolutely collapsing. James, what's your take?
Yeah, it's been quite crazy. I mean, we are at all-time highs on the US markets as well. Even with the war talk and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been quite nice. This week's been a little bit choppy. Trading conditions, obviously, otherwise today we're falling off. But yeah, it's been quite nice to trade. This month has been pretty solid for me. How's yours been?
Yeah, I mean, the month literally just started like hours
June.
ago, man.
Yeah, it is the first day, June.
Yeah. So yeah, June was a bit of a break for me. We were traveling a lot, but the month was, you know, honestly not my best month. More of a break even sort of month. We've been very, very good this year so far, and just because, you know, kind of the fundamentals coming into the market, it's been a little bit crazier, and it's better to kind of be risk off and just kind of sit back and wait. Currently, I am not much of a Bitcoin bull. I'm sitting on the sidelines a little bit here because, you know, honestly, when you're looking at Bitcoin, you're seeing kind of these wicking tops above those previous levels. It looks like a good chance we might come back down here. Fundamentally, markets are a little bit shaky. You know, potential World War III coming in. You know, oil did the weirdest thing when, you know, the potential of World War III coming in, it just completely collapsed. You even see the monthly candle yesterday close horribly. So I'm looking at even deeper on the low side for oil. Gold, bullish, of course. I don't think gold stops anytime soon. Yeah. Cool. Nice. Sam, do you do any trading yourself, or are you just on the sales and tech side, B2B?
So yeah, well, I actually started trading just over 10 years ago. Made a bit of money trading, and I was heavily involved in crypto as well for a while, 2016, 2017, and then again in 2020. But yeah, I just don't really touch it. I don't have time for it at the moment. I don't have time to analyze and things like that. So so yeah, made some money in it, and now just on the service side, really.
Yeah, and I will say that, you know, if you're in a trade and you're not a trader and you're focused on something else, it takes away completely your attention into the trade, because you're there looking at the trade. And that's why we're able to like kind of watch the trade while we're live streaming here too, is because, you know, we are able to actually sit here, but we're not able to focus on something else. Like, you know, you might be building out your dashboards, you might be building out you know, some sales funnels or something like this that you actually have to focus on.
Yeah. Right? Well, yeah, to be honest with you, sometimes if I do have some spare time, or if I know I don't have a busy week, I might just scalp gold, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I've just flipped small accounts, maybe put $500, $1,000 in an account and then flip it, either lose it or make some money, and then I cash out and I'm done. So, but yeah, I don't consistently trade anymore.
Yeah. So question for you. Let's start you off with how did you get into the prop firm space? You know, first of all, what inspired, did you start Glownote, or did you start Proprietch first?
we started Glownode first.
Yeah.
So we actually got into this space. Okay. So I started trading about 10 years ago. I started trading with prop firms. Back then, it was a very different prop firm model. So it was you pay a monthly fee and you get 1 to 3 leverage. So no leverage at all. And it was just a 50K account at the time. And you get a 50% profit split. So insanely hard rules, very difficult to make profit on these accounts. But I was doing that, and then I started actually doing marketing for a firm that was in this space doing the same thing, really. So I was part of the marketing team over there. And then I decided, basically I made a bit of money trading, bought my first property, cash, made a lot of money in crypto and stuff like that.
From trading, you
from trading, I bought a property. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Now, I want to dive deeper into that.
We'll go into that in a minute.
yeah, let's get back to that after you're done your first story.
So I was to be honest, through COVID, I was just kind of bored. I had this property that I bought. I was making good money trading, and I just started a YouTube channel. I didn't really want to work for anyone else. I stopped the marketing for prop firms and things like that. I started doing YouTube videos and just trying to teach people what it is that I was doing for free. I ended up making affiliate commission accidentally.
Yeah.
So
accidentally, hey?
Accidentally.
So a firm approached me and said, "Hey, can you make a video for us? Here's a discount link for your audience." And I thought I was just giving value to my audience, right? I thought, yeah, I'd love for my audience to have discounts for things that I'm actually using myself. So and then I got a paycheck from it, and I was like, damn, okay, this is quite cool. So I started doing a lot more different reviews of services I was using, different prop firms that I was working with. And then I started making quite a lot of money through affiliate commission and thought, right, we need to get into this. So we actually started our journey, I guess, as a provider. We were doing trading tools, premium indicators, all of that kind of stuff, as a subscription. And we built a community of maybe just a few thousand people. We had about 1,000 customers paying a monthly subscription. And then we looked at the prop space and we're like, okay, cool, let's do our own prop thing. So we started our prop firm, built our own software because we had no idea that there's actually providers out there. We had no idea what.
And that's awesome in itself. Is building the tech. That's a huge task.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's very difficult, and we've seen a lot of people come in, try and build it, and fail, and people. It's just really, really difficult. So that's where we started, and then started actually offering that as a service. But as you were saying a minute ago about trading and then trying to do something else, we just couldn't. So we weren't launching new features for our prop firm. We weren't doing much social media anymore. We weren't like really building the prop firm business because we were focusing on our clients. So we ended up selling our prop firm, getting out of that, and then focusing on the tech. So that's what we do now.
Nice.
Right on. Yeah.
Sorry, just a quick one. I've got along with you, Hunter.
You're in along. Let's jump back. Sam, you said that you bought a property from trading alone.
From trading alone, yeah.
Not from influence?
Nope. So this was before I was making any money off. I've never sold courses, never had signals or anything like that. I was literally no one knew me, and I was just trading at home. And especially through COVID, I was making very good money because I had nothing else to do but trade. So
okay, then tell us, are we crazy? Should we be longing this? That is a hell of a crash. Should we be long?
I mean, it completely depends. I only trade gold. So the reason why I became good at trading or made any money trading was because I was consistently looking at the gold charts every single day.
Every single day.
I knew how the patterns looked. I knew how the market looked. I knew every level by off the top of my head, you know, like if
Yeah.
if gold was hitting 2K, which back then 5-6 years ago it was
Wow.
at 2K. I know right now it's at over 3,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then I knew that it's going to make significant moves if it hits those areas. So I guess it just depends on how you're trading. I could not tell you anything about the Nasdaq if you paid me to.
Oh, I see.
But,
So
but Sam, that's what
you don't think your strategy would work? Sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, I was going to say, like, look at Hunter. He only trades Nasdaq. I also really only trade like the DAX and a little bit of Nasdaq as well. I think a lot of the good guys that, or at least that I've, you know, like that are above me that I want to get, you know, aspire to be like as well. They only really look at one thing and they kind of master it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they say where focus goes, energy flows, right? So if you're focusing on one thing, and it's the same thing. I mean, you'll probably see patterns as we're talking, but it's the same thing as we were saying earlier: trading and then trying to focus on other things. With us building multiple businesses, and then not being able to focus heavily on one business. It's the exact same when it comes to trading. If you're focusing on one currency pair, and to be honest with you, taking less trades as well, I think helped me massively, because a lot of people are just looking for every opportunity and they don't see it on that chart, on that time frame. They move over to another chart. They move over to another currency pair. And they end up over trading, over risking, over leveraging. And it just becomes a really bad habit. So
that's interesting. So how did your experience with trading help your experience with business? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? Because there has to be some overlap there, because you seem to have success trading, success tech, success prop firm. You know what I mean? It's how you doing it?
It's not all successes, unfortunately. I went through many different businesses. So I was always an entrepreneur anyway. I had a car buying and selling business that turned into a rental business. But that went bust because the car market just went terrible. I had an Airbnb business before COVID, and as soon as COVID hit, I was I think I was losing about 12-13K a month.
Good time to pick up some housing for Airbnb at that time, because everyone's trying to sell off.
So I've had lots of different businesses that I've tried to start and failed. It's definitely not just success after success after success, and it's the same with trading. I mean, it took me 3-4 years to even become very profitable. It wasn't until I started actually reinvesting my money, not spending like crazy. And as I said, I only really started making money through COVID, which was end of 2019, 2020. I've been trading since 2016, early 2016. So it took me a good few years before I actually became profitable. And then it was just that compound. As soon as it started compounding, then it just snowballed. When you started having big money in the account, and you're still just making 10% a month, or if 5% a month was really good, to be honest with you. But sometimes you have those months where you make a little bit extra, you maybe get a little bit greedy, and you do 20% one month, you know. And then
that's really good, man. That's really good. Yeah.
So
you want to do it every month.
So yeah, that's when I started making a bit of money, and then I had a bit of cash in the bank, and I was like, okay, I want to actually reinvest this in a smart way, which was smart because I ended up losing everything in my trading account. So
you did.
I lost about 200K within the space of 6 months.
You bought the house first, though, right?
I bought the house first.
It's paid off.
Yeah, it was paid off.
Okay, we're safe. We're safe. Lose all the money. It's all good.
I still had obviously assets and things like that because I invested in a smart way. Yeah.
As long as you got trees nearby to chop down for heating, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But Sam, I think it's like your opinion. Obviously, you've made money trading, and other businesses as well. Like, this is just my opinion. Like, I don't think someone should only make money trading. They should have multiple ways of making money.
Yes, 100%. So what I always tell people is, number one, just have a job. If you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not someone who is happy to take risks and things like that, have a job and make sure you're working your ass off and receiving that income. Secondly, invest in smart things, like invest in this, even the S&P 500 or something like that, right? Start buying bonds, whatever, something that is going to hold your cash, and then have money left over for trading. That's what I would always recommend to people, because you can lose it. No matter how good you are at trading. Honestly, I thought I was the best, to be honest with you. I thought I was the best trader in the world. I thought, I'm never going to lose, and I did. So, yeah, I would always recommend just have those safe investments, have other things that are making you money. And that's going to also help with your mindset as well, because if you're not focusing on, I have to make this payout, I have to make a withdrawal next week, pay my bills, I have to
James,
do this.
This is dead on what we talk about every single week.
Yeah, literally every single time. Sam, I work with a bunch of guys, that we coach, and the guys that come in and do the best are guys that actually work normal jobs. Like they make their bread, and they can cover all the expenses from their day job. And then they can trade for like 2 hours a day at the US market open, and they come in and they make an extra 10 grand a month plus, from their trading. And it's like, geez, they can make 100 grand from their day job, and then they can come and make another 100 grand from trading. It's like, well, why not do both together? I don't have to quit my job now because I've taken over this as an income. They do both, and it gives them that peace of mind, because they're not, as you said, they're not like sitting there like, geez, I have to make money this month because I got to pay my mortgage. But
it also allows you to compound as well. Like if you're keeping the money in your trading account, or like I said, reinvesting in other things, obviously your wealth is going to continue growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
But the issue is with a lot of people, when they start making money trading and they start taking that money out and buying stupid things, and then they have a bad month, they're in double negative, Like,
correct.
If you take out 25% of whatever your account is that month, and then you lose 25%, you're down 50%, and you have to make 100% just to get back to break even.
Yep.
So
it's so true. And you don't, as you said, like, you can put that money that you make from trading and put it into other investment vehicles that can, and just takes a little bit of pressure off of your trading decisions on the desk. By the way, these longs are looking really, really good, Hunter.
Let's jump back into the longs there. That is let me show I didn't think we get such good trading advice from Sam. Sorry, say again, James.
I was not. Sam, you from the UK? I'm assuming with the accent.
I am from the UK. Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Potential sell-off on the long side here from the resistance after that drop down. If we can close above it, these longs look beautiful to continue back up to the origin of that sort of move. Where are you looking to get out, you think, James?
To be honest, I'm looking for a high of day on
high of day. Like, you're looking for way up.
Yeah, I'm looking for the move back there. We'll see.
Yeah,
maybe 22,550, something like that. 22,550.
22,550
back at that level there. Yep, like that.
Wait, 20. You mean 7? These are 7.
You got the NQ chart. So I'm looking at the CFD chart. You see the different pricing.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Anyways, you're looking for up here. Up here is actual level that was the previous sort of resistance candle bodies on the daily time frames. So that's why I've kind of got those jotted out. But if we do shoot for, that would be a hell of a manipulation on the open there. Anyways.
I just think we're at all-time highs at the moment. Like, we need pullbacks in order to continue trend. That's just how I see it on the indexes.
Totally. Beautiful close on the 15.
That's a great 50-minute body closure as well.
Yeah, 5 looks like we might come back down, retest sort of these areas. You might get a second entry for some longs. Jumping back to this, let's look at some questions potentially for Sam now. I've seen some things rolling through. I don't know. Do you remember any that you've been paying attention to there, James, for any good questions?
Let's have a look.
One person wanted to know what is Proprietch. I don't think we explained it.
Yeah.
Sure. So Proprietch is a software company. We provide all of the back-end solutions for prop firms. So everything from as soon as a prop firm makes a sale, our software will then create the account, send them the emails with the login details and all that kind of stuff. We do the customer dashboard. And then we also offer an admin dashboard where you can see all of the traders' trading history, all of the reviews, payouts, all of that kind of stuff. Even customer support tickets now, we can actually do that directly through our admin dashboard. So essentially just a whole management system for prop firms.
Right on.
Sam, another question. Do you think traders in today's retail traders should be trading prop firms or personal capital, and why? Obviously, I'm assuming you probably might say both, but why do you think traders should at least be trading prop firms?
So absolutely, traders should be trading prop firms because you're going to get access to more capital. It's literally just it's very obvious. So number one, look, when I started trading, the first few years that I was trading, I wasn't doing very well because I was putting maybe $1,000 into a trading account or like something
full leverage.
Exactly. And then full leverage, and there's no rules when it comes to your own personal account. And they do that because they want you to just blow the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So they don't care as long as they're making commission on your trading and stuff like that. So with prop firms, even though, yes, I know that people could argue there are prop firms out there that want you to lose and all that kind of stuff, but the rules make you a better trader. It's designed for, number one, for the prop firm to obviously mitigate their own risk, but number two, to reward traders that are actually like trading consistently. So prop firms will make you consistent, number one. Number two, because as I said, it's access to way more capital than you would have if you didn't. And I mean, to be honest, Maven have extremely good pricing as well. So for you guys, if you trade with Maven, obviously you're getting a huge amount of money for a very little cost. And it just means that even if you're just starting out, you could have, let's say you have a budget of $200-300, right? You could get multiple 2K accounts, 5K accounts, 10K accounts, and you have the opportunity to blow those accounts while you're learning, because most people are going to blow accounts. So you have the opportunity to blow those accounts without having to risk your whole bank, basically.
The way I always looked at a prop firm, you kind of said it there, but it's a means to punish undisciplined traders and a means to reward the disciplined traders at a much faster rate, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
The people who are undisciplined lose immediately, and the people who are disciplined win an insane amount of money. It's a super fast track version, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. A couple questions here coming through. Solomon on X says, being that you came from kind of indicators and building tools for traders, what did you find the most useful for you as a trader, aside from prop firms?
So, okay, so I had a really simple strategy. Basically, it's literally just the 50 EMA and the 4 simple moving average. And I wouldn't even look at candles. And I traded this for maybe 6 years. I did change my strategy later. I started trading with essentially waiting for consolidation to break out and then just scalp whichever way the market's going. But for a long time, my whole strategy was, if the 4 comes back to the 50 and then moves away from it, then I enter the trade. So essentially, the reason why it was working was because what you're looking for is a trending market, number one. So in an uptrend, you're only taking buys. In a downtrend, you're only taking sells. And then the 50 EMA would be a very nice average of obviously the last 50 candles. The 4 simple moving average is just going to be really
4.
close. Yeah, 4, the number 4. So it's extremely close to what the market
only
is.
4 candles.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's simply so that you can buffer out any insane spikes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically just looking at it's kind of like using the 50 as a support and resistance.
Yeah.
And then the 4, exactly like you said, it's just to get rid of any spikes or whatever's going on in the market. But then as soon as the 4 comes back to the 50 and then moves away, that's my entry point. And it's literally as simple as that. Yeah. So uptrend buys, downtrend sells. This
is what I love to hear. Is every time I do hundreds of interviews with traders, and the ones that make all the money, it's like, that's your strategy, really? That's like the dumbest thing I ever heard. You know what I mean? And every single time, it's the simplest, dumbest thing where they don't have to think, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So I guess your answer to that is most useful thing for you was just a simple indicator, right? Nothing, nothing too fancy, right?
And to be honest with you, it's well, yeah, obviously, as you guys have said, it's sort of clearing your mind, focusing on that one thing. So for me, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm a very lazy. I say lazy. I'm a lazy trader, right? So I don't want to be on the chart all day. I don't want to be looking through different currency pairs and looking for lots of different confirmations. I want to find something very, very simple, stick to it, and if it makes money, it makes money, you know. So,
sure.
Someone asked, how do you identify a prop firm that's legitimate? Being that you're dealing with a lot of prop firms here, what are the kind of red flags?
If they're scared to show their face,
there you go.
Yeah, that's probably not a good sign. Prop firms that, I mean, Hunter's a brilliant example. He's here every day showing his face to people. He's happy to answer questions. He's happy to be on the front line, I guess. So if there are ever any issues, which I don't think Maven really ever have had any issues, but maybe like when the MetaTrader thing happened, when MetaTrader kicked everyone off, or things like that.
We've all had our issues. It's just a matter of how we managed them.
Yeah,
and what the public perceived you as after that, right?
Exactly. So it's the transparency of being able to actually be there for your customers and say, hey, look, I'm here. I'm a real person. I'm here to serve you. So that's something that I really look for in a prop firm. A face, someone who's actually there, a real person, real people behind the scenes.
Yeah, right on. Should we jump right back into looking at our trade? See what's update on our trade. We got that sell off as we were kind of expecting off of that level. Hopefully, we get some buys back off of these sort of weekly level zone that we were looking at here. Otherwise, if they start closing back within here, we might be at risk of hitting the stop loss or going back below here. I think, James, probably wise to kind of look at this as the low at this point.
The
right?
low, yes.
We don't want.
We're good.
We really want to limit our risk here, right? And I'm not a big. I got a question for you, actually, Sam. I hate stop losses. How did you manage? I seen a question. Somebody was asking is how do you manage your risk, being that you use the EMAs? And for me, I manage my risk based off of closes, right?
Yeah. So yeah, to be honest, I did too. So obviously, essentially, the way that my EMA strategy works is it's just looking for the impulse move to whichever direction the market's going. So let's say it's we're about to start an uptrend. We're waiting for that impulse move, a pullback, and then continuation. So all I'm looking for is the continuation.
Yeah.
And then my stop loss will be at the end of that pullback, and that's it. It's as simple as that.
So you're looking for the continuation. So you might actually be on a short here, and then your stop loss would be here.
Yeah.
And you would be counter trading us right now, probably, I think.
Well, as long as the moving averages have touched. So the 4 moving average has to touch the 50 and then move away from it.
Yeah, I suspect in something like this, the 50 would be up here still, and then your 4 would be somewhere in here, right? So it's not even close, right? Yeah. I'm curious. I want to hear from chat. A week down the line, I want to see if people can test this on their own and see if that's a viable strategy still, because it has been 5 years, and I'm wondering if changing markets have made it more difficult or not. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, to be honest, the last time I looked at gold and had a look at that strategy, it did look quite nice. So
nice.
Cool. Here's a question. I'm going to adapt it a little bit. I guess once again, Solomon from X. He's asking, what are the most common mistakes traders make? Now, we can adapt that kind of to hopefully gear it more on your side, being that you see a lot of the back end. Do you have any sort of like maybe not specific things that traders do, but kind of trends that you see that profitable traders might fall under, types of assets they trade, types of styles they trade. Any sort of advice in that aspect?
They trade ICT. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, look, any strategy works as long as you have good risk management. I think, the main thing is, well, there's two things really. First of all, trying to get rich quick is never going to work. So just risking too much, and this is the reason why most people fail, because they either see a few wins and they want to carry on, they feel like they're the man, and they want to like continue feeling that that buzz of winning. So they're then dropping bigger trades, bigger lot sizes, and they think they're unstoppable, and they end up losing it all.
Well, I thought you said we should be scaling, man. Now you're fighting your own words here.
Scaling to still sticking to your risk management. I'm talking about over
I see.
Using crazy risk. And then the same for the other way around. When you start taking losses, trying to catch or trying to make back those losses, and revenge trading, it just kills everyone. So obviously have a set strategy and have your confirmations. If that trade goes to stop loss, stop. Do you know what I mean? Wait for the next trade to come through. Don't try and find something out of nowhere.
I mean, the same sort of advice goes around. It seems like, even the guys with the data on the back end managing all the tech, they know the same thing, guys. Every time I hear something like this, it's like people are, what's the secret? What's the secret? What's the secret? Well, the secret is that it's literally like, you have to do it. You have to do what everyone suggests. That's the secret. You know what I mean? There's nothing more. Just manage your risk, manage your emotions. Everything works fine if you control yourself.
You have to make it super boring. Unfortunately, it's a very boring business. Stop looking at all these guys that are making like millions and on one trade, or like scalping the market for a TikTok video and stuff like that, and then thinking, oh, that's a daily thing. It's not. If you want to be consistent, it has to be boring.
Right on. Jumping off the trading topic a little bit here, what's next for Sam?
For me, ooh, that's a difficult one. I'm not sure. I mean, right now I'm going through some stuff personally. So not really sure what I want to do next. But I know that well, obviously the main focus at the moment is the tech side. We want to be we want to help as many people in the industry build a better industry. I heard something at the expo, actually. I think, Hunter, you might have told me about there's 300 million traders or something, but only around 1% of the traders are actually using prop firms. So if we can maybe it wasn't you that told me that.
It was not me.
So if we can essentially help the industry become a better place, make sure that rules are extremely fair, make sure that the prop firms are profitable so that they can pay out all the traders, make sure that people aren't getting denied their payouts, that sort of thing. That's my main goal. I mean, as you know, Hunter, we've spoken before about sort of what we're trying to do with pricing and stuff. We've reduced our pricing for a lot of prop firms to try and make the space an easier place. When we first started, I mean, I won't talk about other competitors.
I know. Yeah.
When we first started providing software, some of our competitors were charging tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars a month to prop firms, and it was ruining the space. So we came in, we're extremely budget friendly, entry level prop firms, because we do want the prop firm to be able to pay their traders. So I think that's very important. The other things that we're doing right now, we have just launched futures as well. So you guys might see a lot more futures firms popping up. But yeah, so futures for any traders that trade futures. And then we've got a few things coming up. Right now, actually, our main concern is clients, the actual trader. So we're building trading coaches, like AI trading coaches. And as I said earlier, we've actually added customer support directly into the admin dashboard. So you'll be able to reach customer support much, much faster with the firms that use our software. There's lots of little things that we're doing to try and focus on the actual trader rather than just the prop firm experience, basically.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Question for, I suppose, both of you, a little bit tech related, a little bit trading related, automated trading systems. I know, Sam, you said you dealt with some tools, trading tools and whatnot. What's your take on automated trading systems?
They work until they don't.
There you go. Is that what blew you up, hey?
I did use some. I lost about 35K with trading robots.
Wow.
Yeah, but no. So I don't like actual EAs or trading robots long term. As I said, they work until they don't. So you can make money with them. I'm not saying don't ever use them, but close them off before news events or things like that. So, but then automated trading tools. So what we were doing was a bit different because it's just indicators and things like that. So signals that you would obviously then go and check yourself, put your own emotions into it, put your own feelings into it, and trade based on your style of trading. So I think that's always going to be the best way to trade. Bet on yourself. Don't bet on someone else's trading robots.
That's a good point. James, do you have anything like that for yourself? That I feel like I know your take on trading bots as well.
Yeah, no, I exactly what Sam said. Like they work until they don't. I know a bunch of guys that like made a lot of bucks and then all of a sudden they lost it all because the thing maybe it's a martingale bot and it averages down and it blows the whole account. Like I've never known someone to make money consistently with the same bot consistently for a period of a year or longer. So but I mean, you can have like in terms of like automation stuff like that. I know I'm working with some of the guys over at Edgefield and some of the companies there where they're trading like automated trading strategies, but it's not like a trading bot. It's like a trading strategy, and then like will alert you when to go long or short, essentially like that, based on back tested data. So it's not really a bot, but can seen as maybe automation because you can automate them to get alerts and that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I personally, what I found to be working for me I've been doing this still quite new, like 7 years. I'm still find that quite new, but is make your money day trading, and then I put it all into other businesses or investment vehicles like stocks or other businesses that I might do with family or whatever it is. That's personally what I do. So I focus on my day trading and move the money that I make across to other entrepreneurial.
That way, if your day trading blows up one day, like Sam.
I've got other things, bro, and it's happened to me too. Like I've blown up as one, lost a chunk of money like that. I personally, if you've been doing this long enough, it's going to happen to you, and you just need to be willing to take on the chin and plan your comeback.
Fair play. Cool. Do you have any questions more for Sam, James? Anything off the top of your head?
I was actually going to ask in terms of like the tech side of things. Are you seeing like prop firms becoming a lot more sustainable, like long term? Do you think it's the industry still like, and it's because when the MyForex funds things happened, we saw people saying it's like the prop firm bubble and everything like that. But I think after that happened, it looks like the prop firms are actually only getting better. I don't know. What are your take on that?
So, I mean, if you look back, even a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, prop firms were doing these ridiculously big discounts. I mean, you still see some scammy firms doing it. TFT. I don't know how they're still around.
I don't know. I agree. What the
hell? But yeah, so doing these insanely big discounts, but then they're not combating the discount with any kind of rules. So they're letting you trade full margin. They're letting you trade like high leverage. They're letting you trade news, hold over the weekend and stuff like that. There's no consistency rules. So traders are just making 20, 30, 40K payouts.
Yeah, sure.
And it's absolutely insane. So yeah, I think we saw a lot of that because back then it was more about trying to get the customers in rather than just like building a sustainable business.
Yeah.
Whereas I think now we've moved over to a point where a lot of firms have consistency rules now. A lot of firms have the news trading rules and all of those sorts of things where it is a lot more sustainable. You can still get payouts. It might be a little bit harder to make the 30, 40K payouts and just gamble your account, basically. But there are still people making significant amounts of money through the prop trading space. And prop firms are actually mitigating that risk a lot better. So they're not having loads of gamblers come through and things like that.
I just want to butt in there quickly, Sam, again. So I was actually speaking about this on my Twitter the other day, but I was having a look at some of my stats and I was like, sometimes I was profitable. There was like very big discrepancies between my personal trading account, because I trade my own cash account, and my prop firm results. Like I was losing money on prop firms month over month, like over like a 2-3 month period. And I was like, what the hell? Why am I not taking payouts, but I'm making like good money on my personal account? And
it's funny you say that. I do if anything, I do the opposite. I do better on the prop account. Yeah,
dude. But this is what was happening. Is that I would like, let's just say, pass a phase 1, pass a phase 2. So technically I've made, let's just say 15%, 10%, and 5%. And then I'd maybe go on a drawdown streak and blow the funded account. So I wouldn't actually take a payout, but technically I'm still net positive 5%. So the reason I'm saying this is I'm seeing a lot of companies go towards the instant funding with the consistency rules. And I'm actually finding this a lot better for my own trading, because it's more like trading a cash account where you can't make 20% payouts, but you can consistently make like 4 to 5% a month within the consistency rules. Yeah. And it's more like real trading, real cash account. Do you think that firms are going more towards these instant accounts? And do you think these were going to become more popular?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think, look, the consistency rule is hard because for some traders, if you are looking to just blow account after account after account and then make a big payout, if that's your strategy, fine.
That's my strategy. That's my strategy. That's why I don't like the instant. I like to churn them as fast as possible.
Yeah. Right? But yeah, obviously that's going to be difficult. But if you are someone that has a good strategy, that you are looking to trade consistently, and you're treating it like your actual personal account, then you shouldn't have any issue. Because a lot of these firms, they say, I think it's like what, 30% or 30 to 50% max per day for the consistency. So if you're making 20K in one day, then you have to make 20K again, basically.
Sure.
But realistically, if you're trading your personal account and you're trying to aim for 5% a day, why are you trying to like take these huge trades and make 20K in one day? You wouldn't trade for personal money like that. So don't trade money like that. So
I think that's why I actually do better on the prop firms, because I don't have any attachment to the money. Right. So when I'm sitting there in drawdown, it's like, oh, who cares? Let it run.
Yeah.
Right. I see like negative $1 on my personal account and I start panicking and I run away. Right. So
no, sure. But I think that's why in terms of like, just for me right now, I'm going to be focused on the instant accounts, because it simulates a lot better to how I trade my cash account. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Guys, let's wrap it up there. I think that's just about an hour. Sam, beautiful having you come on here. I think that was a really awesome one. Lots to do with trading, prop firms, tech, all that jazz. Solomon on X asked a couple good questions today, so he's going to win the $50,000 Maven account. Guys, we do this every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. EST. Next week, we're going to have a different guest on. Sam, do you want to plug anywhere that people can find you just before we go?
Well, on Twitter, Sam Bradbury FX. If you want to know more about prop firms, you can go to our website, proprietch.com. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. But thank you very much, Hunter, for having me on, and James as well.
Good to meet you, Sam.
Of
Yeah,
course,
you
man.
too.
Looking forward to the in-person one in November when we'll fly you out and get you an in-person podcast one day. Yeah.
Well, you have to do that for me first, though.
Yeah, we'll get everyone. We'll all live together, I think.
That sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank
Cheers,
you.
Gavin.